What is up, though, Lions fans? It's your boy Motor City Don P back once again for Syndicate Sports Detroit. Man, we got some breaking news. Your boy Tim Patrick has been traded to the Jacksonville Jaguars for a 6th-round pick. He is no longer a Detroit Lion. And I think the writing was on the wall, but we just didn't know how the writing got there or how it was going to, I guess you could say, manifest itself. How was the writing going to manifest itself? How was Timmy P going to give up his spot to the young Isaac Tesla, aka SpaceX, aka White Boy Rick, aka something that we haven't come up with yet, but you know, SpaceX, that White Boy Rick, I like those too. Forget all the Tron stuff, man. Just stop it with the Tron stuff. You know, Dan Campbell said that Isaac Tesla was a guy that you wanted to get involved early on in the season, and now we see how he's going to get involved early on in the season. However, Tim Patrick didn't just get surpassed by Isaac Tesla. There are reports that he would have been the 5th wide receiver on the roster had he stayed on there. He did not have a good camp. And when he was in camp and able, he wasn't performing well. Other times he was just injured. He said it himself. He wasn't happy with the way that he was performing. And then all those injuries, it did not help. But Timmy Patrick is gone. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Did you see it coming? Is it a blindside block for you? Right? Were you returning the kickoff or covering the kick and you just got smacked out of nowhere? Like, oh snap, Timmy P gone. Or did you peep it from down the field? You're like, oh yeah, I see him. I see it coming. I see it coming. Timmy P about to be gone. Let me know what you think in the comments below. This is in addition to another video that was going to go out later on today, but obviously this happened, so I had to hop in and talk about this. So now we are going to get to the regularly scheduled programming with the next video about the initial reactions for the 53-man roster. However, this part of it, I had to go ahead and get that in, right? Because initially the 53 was something else. Now it's something different. What Brad Holmes got cooking, though? What is Brad Holmes doing with all this roster, these machinations and all these things, trades? Where Big Z at? Where is he at? You let me know in the comments below. Motor City Cats are indeed back at it, and I'm not even going to do all that because we about to go into another video anyway. So, for Syndicate Sports Detroit, and one thing is for certain, 3 things are for sure. When you see me in front of your TV, you know. Number 1 is that the Motor City Cats are indeed back at it. Number 2, came to give you stats, not none of that static. Number 3, perhaps the most important of them all, make sure you keep your Lions news pragmatic. And you may be asking yourself, how, Don? Does one keep their Lions news pragmatic? Well, it's very simple. I'm glad you asked. It's a 3-part process. Smash that like button, subscribe, and share. That's all you got to do. And then you've kept your Lions news pragmatic. Let's get into what we got to get into today, because you already know what it is. It is the Lions 53-man roster. And we've got a few reactions to the Lions 53-man roster. I don't think there were too many surprises. There were a few, but for different reasons. All right, let's get into the quarterback. We got 2 on the roster, Kyle Allen and Jared Goff, or I probably should have said Jared Goff and Kyle Allen. Okay, it was a slip. Don't hate me. Don't come for me. Okay, I'm not telling you that Kyle Allen should start over Jared Goff. As a matter of fact, I think Kyle Allen should start looking for a new team. That's what I think about Kyle Allen. However, he is our current backup quarterback. Missing the cut, Hendon Hooker. Now, there are a lot of you that owe me an apology. It's fine. I'm a very forgiving person, right? I was going to make a joke, but I'm not going to make it. Okay. I'm a very forgiving person. Just ask my wife. Okay. Okay. I made the joke. All right. I made the joke. Anyway, missing the cut was Hendon Hooker. When your coach says maybe you need a change of scenery, you know that you ain't, you might as well just start cleaning out your locker then. When he said the player might need a change of scenery, Hendon Hooker should have been in that locker room like, you know what I'm saying? Put it in the trash bag because he's out of town. All right. Running back. We got four of those. We got Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Craig Reynolds, Sione Vaki. There is no surprise there. Missing the cut, Jacob Sailors and Deion Jackson. I don't think Deion Jackson actually had an opportunity, a chance to make the team. I don't remember him doing anything. I don't remember anything about him. Jacob Sailors did a great job. Jacob Sailors is probably a guy that you will see on the practice squad, but you never know. Let's see. Wide receiver, we got six. This was a bit of a surprise to me, but then it's not really that much of a surprise because it's got that old time feeling of a Brad Holmes doing what a Brad Holmes is going to do. That means keeping a draft pick over an undrafted free agent. Even though the undrafted free agent was signed by you, this is one of your signings, I think a draft pick is more valuable. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Jackson Meeks and Dominic Lovett because we've got Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Khalif Raymond, Tim Patrick, Isaac Tesla, and Dominic Lovett. Gotta love it, love it. Tesla, again, we have SpaceX, we've got White Boy Rick. Okay? As an aside, Kirby Joseph, Slim Pickens. It's a great nickname. Slim Pickens. I need somebody to get this out to Kirby Joseph and say, hey, man, Motor City Don P gave you the nickname Slim Pickens. What you think? And of course, Kirby Joseph would have to say that is a great nickname. That is dope. I'm gonna run with that and I'm gonna make merch. But he is super. He is Zuper. So maybe I should call him Zuper Slim. You know what I'm saying? Zuper Slim. Zuper Slim. You did it. All right. Anyway, Dominic Lovett. Gotta love it. Love it. Was picked over Jackson Meeks, who I believe thoroughly outperformed him as a receiver. As a wide receiver, he was thoroughly outperformed in camp and the preseason. However, the value of Dominic Lovett is not solely as a wide receiver. I don't think his value as a wide receiver is much of anything currently with the, the stack position on the roster. I believe that all of his value right now is on special teams. And he was probably a better special teams player than Jackson Meeks, which is why he is on the team and Jackson Meeks is not. Hopefully, we will see Jackson Meeks on the practice squad. But if Jackson Meeks is retained by another team, it would not surprise me. All right. The next position we have is tight end. On the roster, Sam Laporta, Brock Wright, Shane Zylstra, missing the cut, Zach Horton, Gunnar Oaks, Steven Stylianos. Three people I've never heard of. You had no chance of making the roster. Reserve injured Kenny Yabuya. Okay. All right. Offensive line. There's something about the offensive line. I'll get into it. But Taylor Decker, Christian Mahogany, Graham Glasgow, Tate Ratledge, Penei Sewell, Keldy Awasika, Giovanni Manu, Jamarco Jones, Kingsley Aguakun. Missing the cut, Dan Skipper, Tristan Colon, Netane Moody, Gunnar Britton, Mason Miller, Michael Neese, Zach Johnson. Reserve injured Colby Sorsdahl. Just let him go. Just let him go. Justin Heron, reserve pup, Miles Frazier. Taylor Decker, tackle. Christian Mahogany, guard. Graham Glasgow, center. Tate Ratledge, guard. Penei Sewell, tackle. That's your starting offensive line. Your backups are Coyote Awasika, IOL, right? He's a guard. Giovanni Manu is a tackle who's not ready yet. Jamarco Jones is a tackle. He may be able to play some guard. I'm not sure. Kingsley Aguakun is your backup center. Kingsley Aguakun was on the practice squad last year. Now he's on the active roster because Frank Ragnow has retired. Graham Glasgow has moved to the full-time center, and Kingsley Aguakun is your backup. Are you comfortable with that? Graham Glasgow is a person who he's a little bit long in the tooth. He's older. He's your gray bush out there. He's had some injuries start to rack up and pile up. Lions fans, are we okay? Are we okay with Kingsley Aguakun as our backup center? I, for one, am not, and I feel like that's an area that's going to need to be addressed. We need to get a backup center in here. There's a lot of people out there, a lot of you Lions fans out there that go, why are people so obsessed with backups? Did you not see what happened to us last season? When freaking 85% of our team was on IR, did you not see that? You need quality depth. You need quality depth. And I don't think Kingsley Aguakun is it. And I hope he doesn't ever have to show me or prove me wrong. I hope he doesn't ever have to do that. I hope he's never in a position where he has to do that. But hoping upon hope is not a strategy. You have to be prepared. So, in order to be prepared, I would say we definitely need to go out and get someone as a backup center. Sorry, Kingsley. I just don't think it's you. All right. Next, we have defensive line. We've got 9 of them things. Aiden Hutchinson, Marcus Davenport, DJ Reader, DJ Reader, Tyleek Williams, Roy Lopez, Pat O'Connor, Elquadie Muhammad, Makai Wingo, Chris Smith. Now, I just want you guys to listen to this. Missing the cut, Nate Lynn, Miles Adams, Broderick Martin, Keith Cooper Jr., Mitchell Agood, Isaac Uku. Wave with injury settlement, Ahmed Hassani. Reserve physically unable to perform, Aleem McNeil, Levi Onzarike. Reserve non-football injury, Josh Pascal. If it's a non-football injury that has something to do with the cancer. That's all I can say. On your roster are Aleem, not Aleem. On your roster are Aiden Hutchinson, Marcus Davenport, and Elquadine Muhammad. Those are your 3 edges. That's what you got. 3 of them. Somebody came onto my stream today and said that we shouldn't sign Zadarius Smith because all he wants to do is date Cash Doll and not go to camp. And I said to that person, child, please. We've got 3 edges right now. If Zadarius Smith doesn't happen, there's Cleveland Farrell out there who got cut. There's Jadeveon Clowney out there. People talking about Isaiah Foskey. How do you call him an edge rusher when he has no sacks? What's he rushing? Rushing to watch Real Housewives of Atlanta? What is he rushing to do? He definitely ain't rushing the quarterback. We need help. Help me. Help me. Okay, we need help at the edge position. We've got 3 on the roster. Some would say we have 2.5. Because one of them is always injured. And I know he's been investing in his durability. And why just this year? Why not for your entire career? That's my question. So I will not allow myself to believe in Marcus Davenport until I see for sure that he can indeed stay healthy for a full season. But I'm not banking on that, and I'm going to get Big Z. And maybe even somebody else. That's all I'm saying. We got 3 right now. We got 3 edge rushers. Okay, bona fide, solidified, qualified, classified as edge rushers and nothing else. Aiden Hutchinson, Marcus Davenport, Elquadine Muhammad. Got to make a move. I'm sorry. All right. Linebackers: Jack Campbell, Alex Anzalone, Derek Barnes, Grant Stewart, Zach Cunningham, Trevor Nowatzki. I don't have anything to say about that. It's a solid group. Okay. Um, Missing the cut: Anthony Pittman, Deron Gilbert, uh, injured reserve Ezekiel Turner, Pup Malcolm Rodriguez. Okay, defensive back. Now here's another situation. We've got DJ Reed, Terrion Arnold, Amik Robertson. Okay, those are your starters. Those are your starters. You're starting one, you're starting two, you're starting nickel. Kirby Joseph, Brian Branch. Those are your starters. Rocky Yassin is a backup for both. So he's both a backup corner and a backup safety. I hope that doesn't get sticky. But just looking at the Lions' injury history, all you can do is hope it doesn't get sticky. Avonte Maddox is your backup nickel. I hope it doesn't get sticky, but looking at the Detroit Lions injury history, it could get sticky. Khalil Dorsey, we've seen him back up before. Khalil Dorsey is a special teamer. I don't consider him a backup for Avonte Maddox or Rock Yassin or those positions. He's a special teamer. There's nothing wrong with being a special teamer. Okay? A special teamer is in the NFL. I'm not. Okay? So there's nothing wrong with being a special teamer. But if you're a special teamer, you don't play on defense regularly. And if you are called upon as a special teamer who's had opportunities to be called upon in the regular defense and has not been great, I feel like it's necessary to get somebody else. That's what I would say at that position. Okay? Um, and then special teams, of course, you have Jake Bates, Jack Fox, Hogan Hatt. If you want to talk about who got cut for the defensive backs, Eric Hallett, which I was kind of surprised. Ian Kennelly, Lauren Strickland, Maurice Norris. I was surprised about. I thought they'd probably just put him on IR, but they cut him. Nick Whiteside, Tyson Russell, Luke Barco, Alan George, DJ Miller. I was a bit surprised about Whiteside as well. Okay, but this is what I'm saying. We don't have a whole lot of depth in that defensive backfield. So we got who we got, who are our starters, and we got two backups. We've got two backups for 5 positions. Okay? We've got two backups for 5 positions. Avonte Maddox can play both corner and safety. Rock Yassin can play both corner and safety. And that's it. We've got 5 positions. DJ Reed, left or right. Terrion Arnold, left or right. Amik Robertson, nickel. That's 3, right? Then we've got the free safety and the strong safety. Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch. That's 5 positions, 2 backups. Now, I know you can't have a backup for every position everywhere, right? But damn, you know what I'm talking about? We pretty thin in the secondary if the injury bug bites, and we just hope that it doesn't. Because there's a lot of hoping and wishing for health right now. Lots of it. That's what I think about the roster, though. There are certain areas where we need depth. This ain't over. It's not finished. So, but as far as Big Z, I got one thing to say about Big Z. Please come home. I got beans and bologna. Yeah. That's what I need from Big Z. Just come home. Because if you don't, boy, we're going to be in a world of trouble. We're going to be in trouble. I tell you that much right there. All right, the Motor City Cats are indeed back at it. We came to give you stats and not static. Whatever you do, make sure you keep your Lions news pragmatic, man. Hey, comment down in the comment section. What do you think about my take as far as this roster? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Is your boy tripping or is your boy flipping genius? You already know what it is. Peace. What up, though, Lions fans? It's your boy Motor City Don P here. Listen, if you want to continue keeping your Lions news pragmatic, if you want to keep getting the stats and not none of that static, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share and let everybody know what's going on around here. And turn on your notifications, because how else would you know that we're up in here keeping your Lions news pragmatic? Appreciate you once again, and we are out. Peace.